Hey Hofstra fans, it's time once again for the WB Masons Coaches Report. I'm Rob Joyce, joined as always by the head coach of Hofstra softball, Bill Edwards. Coach, how are you?
Doing well.
Now, over the weekend, your team sweeps Towson. You clinch another CAA regular season title, your 11th in 12 years in the conference. You host the CAA tournament this week. What are your thoughts on last weekend?
It was a great weekend. It really shows that, particularly on Saturday's game, the parity that's in the CAA. This is going to be a tournament, probably the most competitive tournament that we've ever hosted here. It's going to be great softball.
And Saturday, you have two run rule victories, and then, Friday you have that. Saturday you have that 1-0 9-inning game. What was the big difference between Friday and Saturday?
Oh, just a great pitching, performance by Ling Mei from Towson. She absolutely got us chasing, and we kept chasing, and she kept throwing to what we were doing, and what we were doing wasn't really successful. And she just pitched a great game. When you leave the strike zone and pitchers see that you're a little anxious in a certain area, they're just going to take advantage of it. And she kept hitting that spot, and she kept getting us to chase, and kudos to her for just throwing a magnificent game against us.
She threw 160 pitches in that game on Saturday, and you talked to her right after the game, even as your team is celebrating. Can you give us a sense of what you told her?
Yeah, just told her what a great game she threw, how she really handcuffed us, how she kept us off balance. She just threw one of the best games that anyone has ever thrown against us in a long time, and she needs to know that.
And then the walk-off win was from Tori Rocha, game-winning hit in the 9th inning. Was that good for her? She slumped a little bit in the CA in terms of her average, so was it good for her to get that walk-off?
Yeah, and just so long that Solman gets it, it was great to see Tori get it. We had to get a little bit more aggressive on the base pads in order to get a run, because Ling Mei was so dominant, and when you have two dominant pitchers going at it, you have to sort of create ways in order to get runs, and then hope that the person that's in their batter's box, when you create that scoring opportunity, can deliver. And Tori came through with the big hit.
And do you notice when Olivia's in a pitcher's duel, she kind of gets a different mentality of anything you can do, I want to try to go out and do better?
She always flips the switch and turns it up a notch, and that's what's unique about Olivia, and that's what makes her great, is that the more tighter, the more competitive game that's going on, the more pressure that's on her, she realizes that she has to take her game to a whole nother level, and she does it every single time.
You alluded to it a little bit last week in terms of what are some of the advantages to being able to host the tournament this week?
We're home. The big thing is that we stay in our routine. We don't do anything different, and when you can do that, when you can have the players in that routine, it sort of is a calming effect. We don't have to worry about anything other than doing what we've done every game, every home game. And being at home is great for the fans. It's great because we know the field, we know how to play the field. There's certain advantages to it. There's also advantages to going on the road, which is what we also talked about. I mean, we love to host. It's a great privilege to host. We have 3 great teams in here. It's going to be a great tournament. But keeping the players in their routine probably is the most important thing. And we're able to do that now.
Now you take on teams Towson again on tomorrow in round 1. If you win, you move on from there. But in terms of Towson, how do you replicate Friday's success instead of Saturday?
Boy, stay in the zone. Don't chase, because if we start chasing outside the zone, if we expand the zone for the pitcher, Ling Mei, she's going to eat us up again, and we're going to be in a dogfight. This is really, it's very tough to beat a team 3 times, let alone 4, and we're going to have to do that, and we're going to have to just get back to our game, swing at hittable pitches, get on time with the pitches. If you get on time and if you're swinging at hittable pitches, we're going to be okay. If we start chasing and swinging at pitches that are outside the zone, if we expand the zone a little bit, we're playing right into the pitcher's hands.
Now, I know that the players, doesn't matter who they play, but how do the coaches prepare for not knowing who you play on Thursday?
We know both of those teams very, very well. Played them 3 times, have video on them, have scouting reports on them. So it's a matter of just flipping flipping the page in the old scouting book and going over what you have to do, and again playing to your game plan. It's a little bit easier with having a pitcher of Galati, stature throwing for you, because she's able to flip the switch, and we can call a game for her depending upon who we're facing. She has command of all of her pitches. She can throw both sides of the plate. She can throw up, she can throw down. So it sort of makes it a lot easier when you have someone like her throwing the ball for you.
And this week, same keys to victory as always, but are you stressing just because it's postseason doesn't mean that you stray away from anything?
No, stay in exactly the same thing and stay in the zone hitting wise, playing that good solid defense, and staying in the moment. We can't think about our last at bat. We can't think about the error that maybe we just made. We have to stay in the present. We want the ball to be hit to us. All of those positive thoughts.
All right, Coach Edwards, good luck this week.
Thank you.
Hofstra's in the CA tournament. They start tomorrow against Towson at 2 o'clock. From there, you can check out GoHofstra.com for all subsequent games. I'm Rob Joyce. Thanks, Hofstra fans, for tuning in to the WB Mason's Coaches Report with Bill